In this video, I'm going to walk you through the new HoneyBook automations, which we call Automations 2.0, and it will help you automate so much in your business. I can't wait till you see this. All right, so first of all, we've gone over in our toolbar and just clicked on Automations 2.0. You can start by just typing in what you want to AI, and it will help you build an automation. You can start with one of the templates they have created, or you can start from scratch. So for instance, if we're going to start with a new client onboarding, this says after the first payment, send the clients a questionnaire and tailored information. So let's just click on this. We'll see what it looks like, and we'll be able to use it and customize it. So you can see what's included in this automation already. We have, once our first payment is made, we wait 5 minutes, and then we send a file via email. Then we wait 3 days and see if the questionnaire was submitted. If the answer is yes, then we send this email, and if the answer is no, then we send a different email. So this down here is called conditional logic, and that's a step where you can do something different based on the answer to this question. So let's look at how you would set this up in the first place by just creating an automation from scratch. Now, I love this flowchart builder. I think it's really helpful, and they have the templates, and again, you can create with AI if you're not sure exactly what you need to do. So setting our trigger, we have either a meeting scheduled with Acuity or Calendly. Those are with their integrations. Contact form submitted, a lead form submitted. We can do something before or after a session. We can do that a file is completed, or the first payment's paid, or the contract signed, or you can do things related to the project date. So if we set the project date, we can then create an automation for 10 days before the project date. So I'm going to do one after the contract is signed. So with the trigger contract signed, we can select if it's any file on the project or if it's a specific contract template. Any file will just sort through the project for any different type of contract that's signed, and then you can select this automation to apply to any of the projects or specific project types. So if you have different automations for different types of projects, that's a way you can separate them out. And then we can also do that by tags. So if we want to add a tag and then all the automations apply to specifically that tag, we can set that up here as well. Now, what do we want to happen when the contract is signed? We can either wait, or we can select a condition to see if the contract is signed or not. I wouldn't select a condition for the first step. Typically, we want to set the first step as the thing we definitely want to have happened. Let's do an action here. If you use their Flowdesk integration, you can create or update a subscriber, but more commonly, you'll probably use these communication and management. So after the contract is signed, what we want to do is just send a file via email. So after they sign their contract, we want to send them a file saying, hey, thanks for joining. Here's your questionnaire about your project. That's where we can select our file. So let's select our coaching questionnaire, and then we can send it via an email. And these are all of our different email templates. We can either create a new one here, or we can just include one here. Let's say new inquiry questionnaire email. So it's going to send an email that we already have. We can view and edit this here. Thanks for your inquiry. We're thrilled. And then we're going to send this questionnaire that's going to show me exactly everything they need for their coaching project. Now, if we want, we can add some conditional logic. So our condition is whether or not this form is filled out. And that's the questionnaire being completed. We can select here any file or specific file or the file in the previous step. So it's going to select that coaching questionnaire. The benefit of this one is if you go back and change this, you don't have to change it on both steps. So if they do fill out the questionnaire, the answer is yes, then we can send them another email just saying thank you for filling out the questionnaire. We'll get you scheduled, or we can send an email with a scheduler in it or something like that. If the answer is no, then we could send an automatic email reminding them to fill out the questionnaire. We could resend the questionnaire, etc. So now we have both of these options based on what the client does. And the only thing that I would do here is give them a little time to fill in the questionnaire. So I love this flowchart builder because you can just add something right here. So between sending the file and questioning whether they've submitted it or not, we want to give them at least a couple of days. So let's give them 4 days to fill that out. And then it will send these emails either thanking them for filling it out or reminding them to fill it out. Now, when you are finished with your automation, you're just going to click activate, and this will automatically activate for all of your new projects. If you want to distinguish which projects it's going to be, then on the first step, you'll want to change the project type or the project tags to the specific ones that you want it to apply to. When you click create automation, you'll see all of these different options of templates that are really common. So there's a lot of things you're going to want to do, like a project follow-up, a testimonial request, client offboarding. Like these are very common things that everyone's doing in their business. So I definitely recommend using these templates. It'll get you halfway there, and then you can just connect it to the correct forms, edit the emails, etc. HoneyBook has added so many new features recently that are incredible, including their like reporting features, their integration with Flowdesk. They have a Canva integration going on. So I love this Automations 2.0, and I think it's going to really take so much off your plate as a business. One of the biggest things that I think people underestimate about automations is that they allow you to do more and have more customer service touch points. Maybe you weren't remembering to reach out to all of your past clients for a testimonial because it's just you and you don't have time to do that for every client. But if you can automate that and set up one email that goes to every single person automatically 7 days after their project is finished, then you have the ability to connect with them, and that will help you get more leads. It'll help your clients be happier. It'll help your business grow overall, but you haven't actually had to take the time to do it. I am obsessed with everything you can do in HoneyBook, especially these new automations that take it to the next level. If you haven't used HoneyBook before, my link or code Laney will get you 30% off your first year. Hope you'll check them out and watch some of our other HoneyBook videos, including our full free setup course here on YouTube. Thanks, everyone.